Everybody, welcome to another night, another live. So, if you guys are watching this video when I'm not live, please remember to like up the video, share up the video, and subscribe to the channel and thing. So, anyways, make we kickstart the channel. Kickstart the live. So, when you see on the screen right now, wherein this man has murdered his girlfriend. Yes. So, man charged with murder after confessing to slashing girl's friend throat. Right? So, this man has been on the run since he murdered his girlfriend, my peeps. And guess what, guan? The worst part of it, the man are live. The man slash her throat, wrap her up in a sheet, and then he proceeded to bury her in a one shallow grave, my peeps. Wrap her up in a sheet, Wrap her up in a sheet and proceeded to bury her in a one shallow grave. So this man is Courtney Cooper, which is 26 years of age, right? And girlfriend, a 38-year-old. Her name could say was Carrie Ann Williams because now she is deceased from Westmoreland. So this man has been charged with murder. So him do this crime in a West, and run away from West and end up go Spanish Town, St. Catherine, where him turn himself over to the Spanish Town police on December 8th. If you not forward on the live, my peeps, make sure you like up the live if you just a forward on the live. Right? So sometime me I wonder what the man them a think. Cause watch her. If your girl decides say she a go cheat or if she a go left you, why sense you a go get yourself implicated in a one murder? Hey, Raymond and Jack. Miss Melanin Cinnamon, big up yourself. Welcome, welcome. Right? So if you have a problem with your spouse and she decides say she wanna leave, or if she end up a cheat on you and you can't take it and you can't talk over it, it makes sense to go your separate ways, right? This man at 26, him just in him mid 20s, head on for 30, end up implicate for himself in a murder. No, him they be behind bars and about figure prison because he confessed to the crime and he confessed and do it. He confessed to him the murder. That means him in a big problem. From once he confess to the murder, that means him do it, him confess, say him murder and wrap her up in a sheet and bury her in a one shallow grave. and people miss the lady and so comes they end up search and find out say oh the man dash her away and bury her in a shallow grave. Now a mother have to go live without a daughter. And I'm not sure if the lady did have any kids for him or have kids else other else kids differently. Because she had 38. Me assume that she did have kids before. But anyways, some of we as man we very weak and we can't reason and see through things the other way. We just full of ego and anger and we can't control ourselves. So we end up do some silly things. So what I right about now, I'm going to read the article. This is from Jamaica Observer. We did see the article here circulate from the other day say the lady when I picture get murdered by her boyfriend and the man was on run and police is a look for him. But finally no him turn over himself to the police them. So we have the article, so we are gonna read it. Some man charged with murder after confessing to slashing girl's friend throat. So Courtney Cooper, the 26-year-old man who was named as a person of interest in the death of his 38-year-old girlfriend Carrie Ann Williams in Westmoreland, has been charged with murder. Cooper, who is also known as Junior, and he is from St. John's Road in Spanish Town, St. Catherine, turned himself over to the Spanish Town police on December 8th. He was transported back to Westmoreland on Friday. He was questioned on Saturday, and he reportedly confessed to killing the ganja farmer. So Carrie Ann Williams was a ganja farmer from Westmoreland. So now, me I wonder how transpired between the two of them wherein he killed her. That is Courtney Cooper. Right? So a date for his appearance before the Westmoreland Parish Court has not been released. Peeps has not forward for life like up life. According to police reports, Cooper stabbed Williams to death during an argument at their home in the Mount Airy district on November 30th. November 30th, my peeps. The argument going on him stab her up, and then Cooper allegedly wrapped the body in a sheet and buried it in a shallow grave. Jesus Christ and the woman's farm. This is in a Nation family. Cooper, that are the man, allegedly wrapped the body in a sheet and buried it in a shallow grave. He murdered the woman and end up bury the lady on the same farm, the lady owned because Carrie Ann Williams was a ganja farmer from Westmoreland. And his boyfriend, which is Cooper, allegedly murdered her, and wrapped her up in a one sheet and buried her in a shallow grave on Carrie Ann's farm. Jesus Christ. You want a man so wicked? Hmm? You want a wickeder man than this man? The man murdered the lady, He murdered his girlfriend and end up bury his girlfriend on the same farm where his girlfriend own. So as when I say, Kerry Ann Williams was a ganja farmer, my peeps, from Westmoreland. And nothing wrong with being a ganja farmer. Because out there, I hustle, you're honest, bread, and I work hard and thing to take care of yourself and your family. And this look a dirty man, murder, Kerry Ann. Now, me I try to get to the root of the story why Cooper allegedly murdered his girlfriend. It is not no allegedly no more because him confessed him murder her. So watch the next thing I know, my peeps. Watch where this get crazy now, This story I get crazy right now. Remember one time we used to be our brother's keeper, right? But now everybody I look out for themselves and people again no care about them one another. That's not found in the life like up a life. Gone are the days, when we used to care about our brothers and our sister. But now it come like nobody not care about nobody again. No love no there again. Right? So watch out now. If somebody hear an argument develop and after a while you hear somebody a scream out and a ball for help. Somebody a scream out and a ball for help, And everybody turn a blind eye. I remember to a story where a brother end up murdering brother and lie to the house with him. And people did know so them a quarrel and thing and them say a regular thing, but the man did a cry out for help and after a while they don't hear nothing more. And everybody turn a blind eye. And the next day the next couple of days they end up finding out that the brother murdered the youth. Him one brother. When they did hear the screamer go on. And nobody not look out and go check to see how I really are going. Maybe them could have even saved the man life that time and end up saving the lady life that time. Mitchell McIntosh, good night, big up yourself. Yeah man, thanks for coming in. Make sure you see you like up your life. Right? So now, although neighbors, reportedly heard Williams screaming for help during the dispute, no one called the police. What a crazy world we living in, man. Let me read over this again. Although neighbors, reportedly heard Williams screaming for help during the dispute. So what you trying to tell me, say? What you trying to tell me, say now? Kerry Ann was a bad neighbor? Hmm? Come on, man. Even, man. Come on, man. One heart can't so cool. You hear, even if you're not in a deal, and you hear she a cry out for help, you just turn a blind eye and don't go over there go check what go on. I tell you, say, yo, people have become very cool hearted. If me hear somebody a scream and a cry out for help, why me would I turn a blind eye and just sit back and relax and think say everything nice, everything good, she alright and she a scream out for help? Hmm? She a scream out for help, my peeps. She a scream out for help. And the people them just mind them own business like, yo, me and her no good enough, so. You know what? I'm in a business with her. Maybe that them a thing, not them head. But she lady literally a ball out for help. And nobody not call the police. Hmm? All right, watch out now. May I read over back the article again. Although neighbors reportedly heard William screaming for help during the dispute, no one called the police. That means everybody a look out for themselves. Nobody now look out for nobody. That means in the community, them don't like carry on. But that doesn't justify for them. He or she a cry out for help and don't go assist or call the police. And guess what? This get crazy now. No one, not one person. Nobody not care, Miss Melanie Cinnamon. They not care about her. But anyways, so here where they get sticky now. Her children, who live outside the community, alerted the police after not hearing from their mother the day after the incident. Because guess what? Every day them check on them mother or their mother would have call them. The first day go by and they no hear none. So the next day, then call the police after the incident and reported to the police say, yo, them not hear from their mother. Them not hear from their mother. They reported to the police that them not hear from their mother. So as how come now the police them end up find out say the lady get murdered. So now Williams' body was discovered during a search on December 2nd. And them now gets the boyfriend, although him turn over himself to the police in Spanish Town. But a court date hasn't set yet for Cooper, Courtney Cooper, which is 26, in murder and girlfriend, which is 38, from Westmoreland, which Kerrion was a ganja farmer. May I tell you, crazy. Sometimes we as man, we weak. We weak. We weak to certain things. We weak. Me I try to figure out why Courtney murdered him 38-year-old girlfriend. Courtney is 26 and his girlfriend was 38 years old because she's now deceased. Me I try to figure out why him murder him girlfriend. Neighbors sit down and I hear the woman a bawl out for help. Neighbors hear Kerrion a bawl out for help. That time, the man a stab up a lady, The man a cut up the lady, slash her throat. When she a bawl out for help, that time him grab her up, man. And neighbors say them hear what going on. Why? I tell you. Remember, as a little youth, I grew up. As a little youth, I grew up. As a little youth, I grew up. Remember, people been a cry out for help when some little domestic happenings are going. And people render them assistance. But now in 2022, going on to 2023, people not care no more about them one another. You sit down, you hear the lady a cry out for help, and when you not even alert the police and you no go look to see if you can help the lady. The man them say them here and them end up no go look. And the woman pitney them, na hear from their mother, fear day and them contacted the police. And the police them make a check and make a search, discover Carrion body wrapped up in a sheet, and she was partially decomposed. Me even see picture of them, but to tell you the truth, my peeps, the picture what me see was very terrifying. I could even download it, me have left it. The scroll past it, I'm gonna see it. Her face did start melt off already. And the man run we go Spanish Town because I did him come from. And because him can't take no more like him conscience I kill him and turn over himself to the police. Now we're in 2022 going on 2023. People don't care about people and then loving at them heart again. So, Animation family, I tell you, so this is a very sad one. I tell you. But big up everybody who tune in on the live same way and who are going to watch it live when I'm not live. This is a very sad story. And this is the next case in wherein the judge don't forgive no bail. And the next thing I don't like in this law thing, because somebody confess, you give them less time. Because them confess to the crime, you give them less time. And if you give them no less time, because them end up do the crime. So them fi pay the time. This law thing in Jamaica is really slack. Like the laws them. When a man commit a murder and him confess to him, if you get the same amount a year, because him do the murder, if you do the time. And even the other day, I see we're in a case where a youth end up stab one next William Neighbor, high school, schoolmate. And the man get 4 years and 10 months because he confessed to the crime. And he stab up the youth over one gathering. Man accuse the youth of stealing. Judge up and them give him 4 years, 10 months, that's 5 years. Look at Movado son. But them say end up go tell man to chop off man head. You want young, you know? And then draw out the case till the youth are 18. Then them try him as a big man and sentence him to life in prison. Because him end up chop off, send man go chop off the youth head and vandalize the place and catch the place afire. But the youth father did it and said he see them. And him end up must say if you out the fire. So why this youth? Maybe I show him confess as well, I say. Them nobody draw out the case. Can plead guilty. So maybe I pray, so what if Movado son did plead guilty to the murder charge and the arson charge because guess what? Them light up place on fire. But this thing crazy, maybe. Me just say same thing, yes, maybe because them never can pleaded guilty, so him get more time. But anyways, my peeps, that is some food for thought. But certain things in the justice system in Jamaica need to change. But anyways, so it's crazy. And now this man, confess. So him do the murder. So basically him plead guilty already. I do him not do him not go before the court. But him confess and do it. So I guess him liar got himself to plead guilty to the murder charge. So if him plead guilty to the murder charge, wherein he murder his girlfriend, Sasha her throat, and bury her in a shallow grave. You might get charged with murder and you might get charged for burying, disposing of a corpse. Something that the charge there. You might get the charge there. So maybe you might go pick up two charge. And me I wonder now, like how if him go plead guilty, if him gonna get 4 years and 10 months again. Like what the William name you they get. Remember I know. Him stab up a youth over a gathering which I said the youth thief. Get 4 years and 10 months. So now there's a next stabbing we go on in the high school in a Kingston Technical. I don't remember but somebody can correct me upon that. Wearing another a female school student stab an next female student to death. Now that case is before the courts. And I guess again, our lawyer gonna tell herself to plead guilty to the crime. Hmm? Will she get another 4 years and 10 months? Hmm? Because she's a minor. I think all this thing wherein because them are go plead guilty, them are gonna get lesser sentence and it's because they're not hold up the court time and anything there. Come on. What you say? The personal life for you take no value nothing. Hmm? Alright. Pre this you know. Pre this. The youth where did murder the JC youth in the bus. When did I try for thief in watch? You know say a life imprisonment him get and him a ask the judge. They appeal and I ask them say oh if he can get a 12-year reduction in him sentence because the judge never follow certain procedure and certain guidelines. Him stab up the youth, kill the youth. That's a murder as well. And get life imprisonment. I don't remember I think he did plead guilty. Yeah, I think he did turn in himself. Yes, but I don't remember if he did plead guilty. So I think the justice system needs to be more strict. I think it should be more strict. Every murder is a murder. Remember now, the man who murdered the JC youth, he did in the 20s. The youth was about 14, 15. So he did turn in himself after he did get hot and run wanted, turning himself. The judge lost him, give him life in prison. The youth I murdered the William Nim youth get 4 years and 10 months after he pleaded guilty to the charge. Movado son create damage same way. Murder and arson, I think. Him get life. I don't sure if he did plead guilty. I don't think so. So no. So when you plead guilty to a murder or plead guilty to any crime, you get lesser sentence. My peeps, don't think that makes sense. Hmm? Because I know say, and that cause a lot of problem in the country. When a man know say, yo, if him go murder a man and them catch him, he can plead guilty. He can plead guilty. Remember now, pre this, as what I say. 4 people up on the live, make sure so you like up the live as you forward. Pre this. Pre this. A man know say whenever him create a crime, the best thing for do him I go say, yo, you know say me I go dash with him and me I go plead guilty, judge I go give me lesser sentence because me now hold up a court time. That's why a lot of crime happen in the country. Like our free, don't be shy in the chat, express your feelings on the subject. The peeps so no comment man, come out of the bushes, can't be hiding in the bushes. More I know who the pan live and watch me see me. But anyways, so that as what me I say a cause a next problem in the country. As what me I say because a man know say you one time plead guilty you get a lesser sentence. If him did know say when him commit a act and even if him plead guilty, he still not get a lesser sentence because him know say when you do a murder, he are gonna get say 1 35 year or you see me just a number. And see they know the government I say them are gonna have a stricter penalty for the man them with them hold with gun. They might get 15 year. 15 year with a gun, brother, that no make no sense. Man fear get more years than that. You have to make it the law strict and more serious so you can deter people from creating problem in the society and being a menace. But I mean, if them don't change certain laws and make it more strict, the problem we are gonna have right now is not gonna stop. And there is more to it. But I did some me I left it. There's some me I left it, my peeps. A lot of things are happening in the country. The government are sell way out and that style too. So that cause the next problem. I see wherein the Prime Minister, Dr. Andrew Holness, went to the United States of America, wherein he had some meetings with some top officials like FBI officials. And they are trying to clamp down on the gangs which are shipping and fueling gangs in Jamaica. I think either 20 or 30, something like that, Dan Zema of them iPad. But come on, what kind of outburst that in the public domain? What kind of outburst that? If you have criminals where you are pre, Uncle Sam say I tell you that. If you have people where you have on your radar, you know if you say nothing, don't let the criminals know your plans. That means some of them Dania, where them say them are pre, some of them are them friend. So them a make it be known say, yo, me a pre no you know, so go up on the low. If you have a crime plan, you can't make the criminals them know you have to just carry out the crime plans. So me no know what them a pre. If you have a crime plan, you can't let it be known. You have to just do it secretly. Like how whenever the US are pre somebody, them watch them for years and them don't make an alarm make them know so them a watch them. Them just go ahead and get up enough evidence what them need and as soon as he slip, they say them grab him. Them don't make it be known so them a watch him. But out there, them make it be known so them a watch you. So most times the criminal then get away and run away gone hide out. But before they think about cleaning up them danger from overseas, them need to clean up over here and clean up the, the man them when them same parliament where a few gang and a give gunman gun and anything there. You have to start from the head of the stream before you can clean up the whole thing. But anyways, my peeps, this one me I leave it. Me not going no further. So big up everybody we tune in for the live. Thanks